Hello everybody, it's SamiWheeler. I'm gonna be honest, this is take 3 because I keep getting more off track than usual. This is the college vlog number 2. Technically it's the first real vlog about college because the last one was a preparation advice one. Make sense? Hope it doesn't. So, how was my week? Well, Monday I had a night class. The night class was called Electronic Page Layout. I had a teacher that, in the past, we haven't quite seen eye to eye. And we saw eye to eye! I mean it! It was weird. I was expecting something completely different than what happened. I literally went into this class, and at some level, I really wanted it to be different. And another, I was like, oh no, this is going to be just like concept. It's just going to be concept, just like concept. You know what? It wasn't. Yeah, I was still alone in my own section of the table. Nobody really wanted to talk to me, but it wasn't bad. Not at all. In fact, my teacher made a very nice comment during class. It was just the intro day, and he was explaining how you shouldn't trust the computer for grammar and typos and all that, and you have to proofread your stuff. And he said, you could hire a proofreader, check the dictionary. When he's done, I raised my hand and I said, or you could just ask me. I love words. I'm really good at spelling. And he's like, oh yeah, or you could just ask Sammy. It's one of her big skills. She reads a lot, and I found people that read a lot actually are better at understanding language and grammar than people who don't. And I was shocked that he agreed with me. So that was something really awesome on Monday. And our project for that class is things called table tents. They're just an advertising thing. And it's going to be very difficult because I had to overdo it. Yep. Overachiever. So class after that, next day. And by the way, I got home, watched sci-fi, fell asleep. So, that was it. Next day, Tuesday. Tuesday was very, very fun in a way. I have a person who drives me down who happens to be a friend, and got to school, went into integrated design, found out it's a hybrid class, which means I only go to class for that on Tuesdays. I thought I was going Tuesdays and Thursdays. Damn. That kind of sucks. But then I realized something. This is the exact same thing as my marketing class. The only difference is I'm working on the full branding part, not just understanding the marketing side of it. So that class actually will probably be very, very easy for me. Our entire class is working on one project. The entire semester working on one project. I'm going to try to get ahead in that class just because I kind of know what we're doing. And I got to see the Absolute Vodka little movie again. For the record, brand-wise, advertising-wise, Absolute Vodka is an absolute genius. If any of you guys are watching from Absolute, you can totally take that one. So, class after that, well, it was actually the class before that. The class before that is called Design Project Management. We had our intro day. We were given a little assignment. Today, we went back into that class to just, cover and start a practice exercise, which I put onto. I forgot to bring my external hard drive, so I kind of had to put it on a Dropbox thingy. And, we're branding ourselves. And next week we have to have a brand, logo, and a few other things. And I have this really cool idea, and it involves cooking. I'm not going to tell you guys, but I'll tell you this much. When I get a logo done for this channel, I am going to do a how-to about this because it is a very, very smart advertising idea, and I think it's going to be tons of fun. And by I think it's going to be tons of fun, this generally means it involves either, throwing ingredients together, making something weird, blowing something up, creating something really cool, blowing something up, making fun of sci-fi movies, blowing something up. Did I mention blowing something up? No, I'm kidding. I don't actually blow things up. It's not like my track record with microwaves is anything to... Yeah, it's not like actually blowing up 3 on accident, destroying 5. Okay, we're not going down there. Me and microwaves have a very love-hate relationship. Back on topic. Must focus. So, went to class today. Yes, the day after our first intro classes, we were given our assignments, what we're supposed to do. One of them's a mood board, which I'll probably do tonight. I got this stuff done, and then yesterday I had to go in for a meeting. Now, yesterday afternoon after I got back, my head started feeling weird. This is actually very important because it runs into what happened today. I have a history of epilepsy, and for some reason I didn't think this was in any way related to this till maybe an hour ago. So my head started feeling fuzzy and I couldn't focus. I'm like, oh, that's fine. And you feel like this on occasion, right? And I'm going to be gone when I go to sleep. So I go to sleep and I get up and it's still fuzzy. And now it's all prickly, like it's inside my skull, and I'm feeling little electrical jolts at random, and everything seems weird and I can't focus. I'm going to go to school anyway. And things seem to slow down a bit. It was very, very weird. So I head into school and thinking, by class time, have a little bitty lunch, you'll be fine. Get into school, and it's still happening. And I can't focus, and my thoughts are all jumbled up. And as you've noticed, I occasionally have to double check my words, and I have a slur. That is actually from my epilepsy I had growing up. I will cover my wonderful joy of epilepsy in an episode eventually. It is not a wonderful joy of epilepsy, but it's a hell of an experience to live through. So, I'm 9 years post-epileptic, post-clinical, and I'm not really worried. Then I get to class, and it's like, my brain won't focus. It's feeling weird. It feels like, it's like ants or continuous little shocks all over. It's really fuzzy. I can't seem to remember anything, and I know this stuff, and I know how to use this program for shit's sake, and I can't focus. So, thankfully it's the second class, thankfully it's an exercise we're working on, thankfully I can finish it at home. But that was a problem. So it continues on. I black out at one point during class, actually, and I come to, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So then I head down, and on my way down to a meeting after class, I still can't really focus. It hits me. Sammy, you're a fucking idiot. You do remember that though it's subclinical now, you still technically have it, right? Yep. Turns out what was probably happening was... I'd have to explain the whole epilepsy thing in detail. To put it simply, since I was born, I had epilepsy. This epilepsy was very unusual in that it didn't really fall into any real classification, and I had a lot of different kinds mixed together. It was very, very weird. And it was very weird because my normal brain activity actually registers as epileptic brain activity because my brain will not function without seizures. Does that make any sense? I hope it doesn't make sense. So, essentially, I have subclinical seizures that do not affect my day-to-day life but are there. And then I had ones that were very severe and really affected my day-to-day life and almost killed me. And so the second ones are gone and the other ones are here. And occasionally they get really, really bad. And there's no medication I can take to cure them. So I figured out while I was walking downstairs, it's probably just a brainstorm episode. There are periods when it gets bad, and that was all apparently it was. So that was interesting. But if it does happen again, I am going to have to go and get an MRI done, in which case I'm going to bring a camera, and you guys get to see what those machines look like. And what I look like with the whole apron over my body. Because that's the child. Those things are heavy. It's like a giant anti-magnetic apron. On topic, though. So that's what happened on my way to the meeting, and then I got to the meeting, then I got home, then I put my stuff away, yada, yada, yada. So, everything's okay now, everything's cool. Just had a little attack. The blackout during class was actually probably my brain resetting itself very quickly. It wasn't an actual seizure-related event, it was just more or less it technically was, but it's complicated, and I don't want to talk complicated right now. I want to sit on my butt and watch the news. Or sit on my butt and play Pokemon. Actually, sitting on my butt and playing Pokemon sounds a lot more fun. So, that was really that's all that really happened this week. Anything else? Finished one project section on time, a little early. I've got to read some comments and post some comments on the college website before the day's up. What else? Really not that much else. Really, not much else. It hasn't really been that eventful a week, minus the mini episode today, which may or may not have been caused by epilepsy. It could also have been caused by dehydration, because I'm not really good at drinking water. It could have been that, or it could have been caffeine withdrawal. So, I'm just guessing it was probably epilepsy, because it runs my brain. Yep. So, other than that, week's been good. It's been awesome. I hate the new renovations and the way they renamed my entire school, so I don't know where I'm going anymore based on door numbers. Thankfully, I have long since memorized rooms, as in the proper vicinity of my art wing, so I know rooms we use. They left the rooms where they're supposed to be, they didn't move the art students, and they left my bench. So I am one very, very happy college student because they left my bench. What the? So, that was, the new wing, the new section of the school that they made kind of looks like something out of Xenon Girl of the 21st Century or out of an airport. But, hey, what's the worst that can happen? We're right across from a real airport. So the absolute worst thing that could actually happen is a plane. Pew! Yep. Really wish I knew who designed it. But yeah, that's really about it. There's not much else going on yet. It's just the beginning of school. For anybody else who's beginning school, oh, wait, I had a few anxiety attacks. But other than that, everything's going good. All the rest of you guys just starting out or about to start out next week, keep your chin up. It'll be okay. Takes about 3 weeks for your brain to get back into school mode. That's what my psychology book said, so it must be right. I mean, I'm going to have a lot of homework this weekend, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do anything. I can't do anything but homework. So yeah, hope everybody else's first week or week before their first week's going great. This has been SamiWheeler. See you on Tuesday or Monday or one of the 2 days. Bye-bye.